Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel Scope IIT. Today we will discuss about a new topic, normalization. Basically, normalization, it is a process of minimizing redundancy from a relation, or you can say set of relation. Redundancy in relation which will cause you insertion, deletion and updation anomalies, and even it helps to minimize the redundancy relation. So basically what is a normalization? Normalization is used to minimize the redundancy. This is the most important keyword you should remember. What is normalization? Normalization, it is basically used or need to minimize the redundancy. Now what do you mean by redundancy? Redundancy means duplication. So if you have a duplication in your records, okay, so normalization we can use to minimize the redundancy. Now we can perform normalization. There are different normal forms: 1NF, 2NF, 3NF, BCNF, 4NF and 5NF. You usually in your UGC NET, GATE, PGCET or competitive exam, you can expect numerical based on 2NF, 3NF and BCNF. So these three are very important based on the numerical. Okay, so based on these three, numerical mostly they will ask in exams. Now, what do you mean by 1NF? So 1NF, that is the first normal form. If a relation contains composite or multi-value attribute, it violates first normal form, or a relation is in first normal form if it does not contain any composite or multi-value attribute. That means a relation is in first normal form if every attribute in that relation is a single value attribute. So here for normal form, that means first normal form, you should remember the keyword atomic. This is very important keyword, okay? So when you can say the table is in 1NF, you can say that the table is in 1NF if it contains only atomic value. Now, what do you mean by atomic value? Okay, atomic value means, for example, this is my table. Suppose this is my table and my table name is employee. Okay, in this table, for example, I have employee name. Okay, we have employee department. And for example, we have employee contact number. So, employee name, for example, A. Department, for example, we have CSE. Okay. Then again, same employee or different employee we can take. Okay. Department, for example, is ME. Third employee, the department, that is EE. Okay. So, one employee can have more than one contact number. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Similarly, 4, 3, 2. Then E is having this one. Employee C is having, for example, 1, 4, 3. Okay. Now here, is this table is in 1NF? No. This table is not in 1NF. How I can say this table is not in 1NF? Because see, what is the definition says? Definition says that a relation is single value attribute, but you can see here in this cell we have two values. So what do you mean by atomic? Atomic means in one cell there is only one value, but here you can see in one cell there are two values. So this table is not in 1NF. Okay. Now, how to convert this table to 1NF? So, same table, if I draw it again, and if I write here employee name, then for example, employee department, then for example, employee contact number. Okay. So, in this one, employee name A, department CSE, and contact number. Now, what was the problem? In one cell, two values. So, what I'll do, in one cell, I'll write one value, then again in the same, I'll write the another value. That is 4, 5, 6. And remaining will be same. ME and E. And here 4, 3, 2 and 1, 4, 3. Okay, so now this table is in 1NF. Okay, so please for 1NF, you need to remember only one keyword, only atomic value. So if a table have only atomic value means in one cell there is only one value. It will not have multi-value attribute. It will have only single value. Then you can say that the table is in 1NF. Okay. Next, let us discuss 2NF. This is 2NF. That is second NF. Okay. So for a table to be in 2NF, first your table should be in 1NF. Okay. And second point, there should be no partial dependency. There should be no partial dependency. Now, what do you mean by partial dependency? Partial dependency, that means if the proper subset of a candidate key that determines non-prime attribute, then you can call it as a partial dependency. Okay, again I'll repeat, for a table to be in 2NF, first your table should be in 1NF. Like when we are going to second standard. So before going to second standard, first we should clear first standard, like that. So similarly, for a table to be in 3NF, first it should be in 2NF. For a table to be in BCNF, first it should be in 3NF. So before going to next normal form, first you should clear the last normal form. Okay. So that's why for a table to be in 2NF, first it should be in 1NF. And second point is no partial dependency. Okay. Now what do you mean by partial dependency? Partial dependency means Pk tends to Nk. Now one question will arise by what is this Pk and Nk? Okay. Pk basically means part of key. Pk means part of key. And Nk basically means non-part of key. Non-part of key. Okay, now how to find part of key and non-part of key, that is Pk and Nk, that I will explain in my next example. So see here, for example, I have one relation that is A, B, C, D. Okay, in this relation, the functional dependency they have given, that is AB tends to C and B tends to D. Okay, now first of all, we need to find the candidate key. Candidate key, how to find, that I've already explained in my last videos. Okay, you can go through it and you can understand how to find candidate key. So basically the candidate key over here is AB. So first of all, I'll write AB because AB is a candidate key. Next is part of key. Okay, so AB is a candidate key. So what will be the part of key? What are the part of candidate key? Part of candidate key are A, comma B. Similarly, NK, which is not a part of key. So you can see the relation. AB is a candidate key. So A and B are part of key. So which is non-part of key? Remaining one. That is C and D. Understood? So this is a non-part of key. Now you should check on left hand side if your left hand side is a candidate key. All of you make a note because it's very important point. If left hand side is a candidate key, then that attribute is directly in BCNF. Okay, so we should not check it for 2NF, 3NF like this. Okay, this attribute is directly in BCNF. So we will leave it. Next, we will see the next attribute, the next functional dependency, that is B tends to D. Now what is B? Pk or Nk? B is your Pk. And next is D. D is basically your Nk. So what we got? Pk tends to Nk. But what is Pk tends to Nk? Pk tends to Nk is nothing but partial dependency. That's what I explained here. Okay. So for a table to be in 2NF, it should have partial dependency or it should not have. See here, it should not have partial dependency. But here it is having. Okay, here it is having Pk to Nk. If a table will not contain Pk to Nk, then you can say that that table is in 2NF. But here we have Pk to Nk. So right now this table is not in 2NF. Not 2NF. I hope it's clear. Now let us take one more example. Okay, so you will understand this. Now next example, suppose if I have a relation ABCD. Okay. In this relation, the functional dependency I have, that is A tends to B, A tends to C, then A tends to C, then B tends to D. Okay. Suppose this is one. Okay. Now here, let us find the candidate key. So what is the candidate key over here? From which we will get all the attribute? From A we will get all the attributes. So candidate key over here is A. So what will be the part of key? Part of key only one, na? So part of key is also only A. Now what are the non-part of key? Non-part of key is the remaining one. That is B, C and D. Okay, so these three are your non-part of key. Now let us check here. So you can see the left hand side over here is candidate key. So we will not check. It is directly in BCNF. I already explained. Similarly, here also left is a candidate key. So we will not check. Now check for B. B is your NK. And B comes under NK. And what is D? D is also NK. So here we will get NK to NK. Okay, NK to NK, that means it is not a partial dependency because our partial dependency is PK to NK. But here we got as NK to NK. Okay, so that's why this table is in 2NF. This table is in 2NF. Next, 3NF. For a table to be in 3NF, okay, I'll write it here in short. For a table to be in 3NF, first what it will be? It should be 2NF, okay. And the second point, there should be no transitive dependency. There should be no transitive dependency. Okay. Now, what do you mean by transitive dependency? Transitive dependency means NK tends to NK. So, for a table to be in 3NF, we should not have NK to NK in our relation or attribute, you can say. Okay. Let us understand with one example. For example, relation that is A, B, C, D. Okay. In this, the functional dependency we have, that is A tends to B, B tends to C, D. Okay. This is one functional dependency we have. Okay. Now here, what is the candidate key? Here the candidate key is A. Okay. So what will be the part of key? So here the part of key will be only A, and what will be the non-part of key? So non-part of key will be B, C and D. Okay. Now here, if you will check, I already explained left hand side. If left hand side is a candidate key, it is directly in BCNF. So we will not check it. We will skip it. Okay. Next you check here B. Okay. B is a NK. So it is nothing but NK that tends to CD. Okay. Here what we have? CD. Then C and D is also NK. So here we got actually NK to NK. So for a table to be in 3NF, it should not have NK to NK, right? It should not have NK to NK. So in that case, this table is not in 3NF. This table is not in 3NF. So what will be the answer for this? This table is in 2NF. How you can say 2NF? Because we don't have PK to NK over here. That's what I explained in last 2NF, right? 2NF, that means it should not have PK to NK. So here we don't have PK to NK. We have NK to NK. So this table is not in 3NF, but this table is in 2NF. Okay, let us understand with one more example. I'll explain. Same relation I'll take for example. Suppose I have a relation ABC and the functional dependency I have, that is AB tends to C and C tends to B. Okay, this is the functional dependency I have. So here what is the candidate key? Here the candidate key is your AB. And what is the part of key? So here the part of key is nothing but A comma B. What is non-part of key, which is not a part of key? So non-part of key will be, other than AB, what we have? C. So NK will be C. Now check here. Left hand side again is the candidate key. So we will not bother. It is directly in BCNF. Next is C. What is C? C is your NK. So this is your NK. Tends to, what is B? B is your PK. So here we have NK tends to PK. We don't have NK tends to NK. Okay. So for a table to be in 3NF, it should not have NK to NK. We don't have here NK to NK. So that means this table is in 3NF. Okay. So as it is in 3NF, definitely it will be in 2NF also, right? So this table is in 3NF as well as 2NF. Okay. Next, let us discuss BCNF. Next is BCNF. BCNF, that stands for bias coded normal form. A relation R is in BCNF if R is in 3NF, and a relation is in BCNF if and only if every non-trivial functional dependency, that is X tends to Y, where X is a super key. Okay. So, in simple words, I'll tell you, when you can say that the relation is in BCNF, first point, it should be in 3NF. Okay. And second point, there should be no overlapping. No overlapping. Okay. So, what is the keyword we use for BCNF? That is overlapping. So, there should be no overlapping. Okay. Now, what do you mean by this overlapping? Basically, if you have NK to PK or PK to PK. Okay. If you have any of this one, then you can say that the table is not in BCNF. Okay. Other than that, one more thing, one more point is there through which you can understand this BCNF. Suppose if I'll say alpha tends to beta. Okay, so this is nothing but the functional dependency we are having. For example, A tends to B, D tends to E, like that. Okay. Now here, if your left hand side is a super key, if your left hand side is a super key, then, okay, if your left hand side is a super key, then only it is in BCNF. Then only it is in BCNF. Otherwise, no. Okay. So, again I'll repeat, alpha tends to beta if left hand side is a super key, or you can say candidate key, then only you can say that it is in BCNF. Otherwise, it is not in BCNF. Okay, let us understand with one example. For example, the relation I have, that is ABCD. In this relation, the functional dependency we have, that is A tends to B, B tends to C, and different example letter. For example, A tends to B, B tends to C, C tends to D, and D tends to A. Suppose this is the relation we have. Okay. So now here, what will be the candidate key? Here the candidate key will be A as well as B, even C, and even we will have D also. So here all are the candidate keys. Okay. So as all are the candidate key, what will be the part of key? Part of key will be same, A, B, C, and D. And what will be the non-part of key? Non-part of key will be null. Now check here. You can see here left hand side, all is a candidate key. So what I say, whenever left hand side is a candidate key, we will not bother. It is directly in BCNF. So I can say that this table is directly in BCNF. I hope it's clear. So when you can say that the relation is in BCNF, when left hand side is always a super key. Okay, so whenever left hand side is always a super key, then only you can say that it is in BCNF. Okay, so these are the four normal forms I explained: 1NF, 2NF, 3NF, and BCNF in this video. This all four are very important. Other than that, as I said, there are two more, 4NF and 5NF. Okay, so for this you should learn only the keywords. Okay, so let us discuss next what are the keywords we should learn for this normal form. Now see, these are some important points. You should make a note of it. These are direct questions they'll ask in exam. Okay, and before this, 1NF, I already said that for 1NF, the important keyword is atomic value. For 2NF, partial dependency. For a table to be in 2NF, it should not have partial dependency. So no partial dependency should be there, but this is the keyword, okay, that you should remember. For 3NF, the keyword is transitive dependency. For BCNF, overlapping. For 4NF, multi-value dependency. For 5NF, joint dependency. This question they will directly ask in exam, and mostly in UGC NET, you can expect actually one question from this portion. I will show you next previous year questions also. They have asked many questions based on match the following. Okay. Next, these 2 points I have added in my notes: adequate and binary relation. So make sure if your question contain like a normalization, which normal form it belongs, and it has a keyword adequate, that means it belongs to 3NF. And for binary relation, it belongs to BCNF. And even these 7 points, even I have added in my this notes. This is also important. Like BCNF is a lossless join. BCNF does not ensure prismic decomposition. A relation with only trivial dependency is always in BCNF. If every determinant is a super key, it is always in BCNF. This point I have already explained, okay? That if your left side is a super key, for example, alpha tends to beta, and if your left side is always a super key, then this relation is directly in BCNF. Okay, that point I already explained. Then a relation with two attributes, that also is BCNF. That means a binary relation. Here also I have added. Binary relation means it is in 2NF, and if it is in one attribute, single attribute, then it is in 2NF. Similarly, the prime attribute can be transitively dependent on a key in a 3NF. Okay, so if your prime attribute is dependent on a transitive dependency, so that key is nothing but a 3NF relation. Okay, based on this, let us see some previous year questions. First question, UGC NET 2017. If every non-key attribute is functionally dependent on a primary key, okay, then which normal form it belongs to? All of you try this question. Every non-key attribute is functionally dependent on primary key. So as per the definition, it belongs to 3NF. Okay, so the correct answer for this one is 3NF. Okay, next, you can say this question, UGC NET June 2010 question. As I explained, 2NF means no partial dependency, 3NF means transitive dependency eliminated, 4NF means multi-value attribute should be removed, and 5NF, that means contain no joint dependencies. Okay, next, this is your UGC NET June 2008 question. If a relation is in 2NF, okay, then what will be the answer? Option A, every candidate key is a primary key. Every non-prime attribute is functionally dependent on each relation key. Every attribute is functionally independent, and every relational key is a primary key. This is also added in my notes, okay? Every non-prime attribute is functionally dependent on each relation key. This also I explained when I taught you 2NF, okay? So the correct answer for this question is option B. Every non-prime attribute is fully functionally dependent on each relation key. Next, UGC NET 2017 question. See here. This is also match the following. For 2NF, no partial dependency. For 3NF, transitive dependency. For 4NF, multi-value dependency. And for 5NF, no joint dependency. Next, this is your GATE 1998 question. Which normal form is considered adequate for normal? So here see the word adequate. So whenever you have a keyword adequate, that means which normal form it belongs to? It belongs to 3NF. So the correct answer for this one is option D, 3NF. So the correct answer for this one is option D, 3NF. Okay. Okay. These are also the points which I told you to write. Okay. Now based on these points which I have given, this is your GATE 2012 ka question. Okay. Which one of the following is true? Just try to answer this question. I explained this point. For a table to be in 3NF, first it should be in 2NF. For a table to be in 2NF, first it should be in 1NF. So similarly, for a table to be in BCNF, first it should be in 3NF. So see, every relation in BCNF is also in 3NF. Okay, so for a table to be in BCNF, first it should be in 3NF. So the correct answer for this question is option C. Okay, next. This is your GATE 2007 question. Which one of the following is false? Okay. So see, every relation with two attribute. Okay, every relation with two attribute is BCNF. This point is already there in my notes, right? Binary relation means two attribute relation. That is in BCNF. This statement is true. Then a relation with every key has only one attribute. Only one attribute, that means that is in 2NF. This is also true. Next, a prime attribute can be transitively dependent on a key in a 3NF. So this is also one point. The last point, a prime attribute can be transitively dependent on a key in BCNF. No. If it is transitively dependent, that means it is in 3NF, right? So the option D is the false one, but here our correct answer is option D. So these are some questions which are actually the direct question which they have asked in UGC NET and GATE. Based on by that notes, you can answer these questions easily. Okay, then thank you so much. And if you like the video, please subscribe my channel. If any doubt, any question with whatever topic I covered, you can ask me a doubt in comment. Definitely I'll reply. Okay, thank you. And in the next video, I will cover some numerical based on normalization. Okay, thank you so much.